Today, we're going to be expanding my city. But not only are we going to be expanding the city, we're also going to be building one of the most overpowered sheep farms that I have ever seen. But before we get into what sheep farm that we'll be building today, I'm going to show you guys a little bit of an overhead view of what we have so far for the city. So you guys can see down here, this is the industrial district that we're all familiar with. We have the Christmas train, the train station, and this whole area up here will be the brand new expansion. This is an entire mountain that will have to go in the future. It is a massive mountain, which is okay. But you guys can see that we have a lot of the road work laid in place. But not only do we have the road work laid in place, we also have the front facade of where the sheep farm is actually going to be going. This sheep farm is designed by Ash. I will put a link in the description down below. It provides 3,300 wool per hour. It is not a good looking farm, but it is a fast farm. Not only are we going to be absolutely set for wool for the rest of our lives, but we're going to be able to take on such massive projects, which is why we're building a wool farm. But let me show you guys exactly what makes this farm unique and why I've chosen to go with it. And I'm just going to quickly mute that because it's about to get really loud. That's better. Anyways, we have 24 sheep right below this grass block right here. Let me see if I can grab that. So we don't want to go in there at all because that will be entity cramming, which I think is 4 hearts of damage for every second. But what makes this farm very cool is we have our shears loaded up from the top and we have our bone meal loaded in from the back. Now, I don't have any bone meal, so I'm not actually working this farm in maximum capacity, but let me kind of explain to you guys exactly what that means. So when we're looking over at a sheep here, not only do they eat this type of grass, but they also eat this type of grass. And of course, the too tall grass up there, I had no clue they could eat that. So not only are we getting wheat seeds, which is nice for wheat fields, but we should also be getting flowers as well. So I've been getting a plethora of different flowers, which I've been pretty much making these flowers into different types of dye, which has been super nice because light gray dye, are you kidding me? Heck yeah. So not only is it going to be a very efficient sheep farm, but it also has a very small footprint. Let's take a little bit of a fly out here and go over a little bit of the plan that I have set in place for the city district, or at least what I have so far. So this area right here, this is going to be our Linkzzey's workshop, kind of like our Santa's workshop deal. We're going to have forklifts coming out of here, trucks that are going to deliver presents throughout the city, and we'll have a little bit of a storage area in here. This main building right here, this is going to be my workshop, where we're going to split it up, where we're going to have a little bit of a post office right here, so we can have people come in the door right over here from the parking lot and basically ship off their parcels to the rest of their family and friends. And just right over here across the way from the train, I've also flattened out this area. I think this would be a perfect location for a fire department because we have our fire truck right there that we could build a little bit of a fire hall. And then down the way where our gold farm is located, the one that is completely useless because I don't AFK. But anyways, I'm going to be building a construction site over here of a building that's being built in the works. So I've kind of laid out a little bit of the area. I think this is probably a bit big, so I'm probably going to play around with the sizing of it. But I want to build dump trucks. I want to build cranes. I want to build all kinds of stuff in this area over here and make it look like a giant construction site. But speaking about cranes, I was thinking having a crane located right here coming up and loading the Christmas train would be absolutely amazing. Let me know what you guys think of the reindeer and the sleigh, though. I feel like it might be time for the reindeer and the sleigh to go. I might be moving this to a new location of the world. I just haven't quite decided where I want to do that, but we've got a little bit more work ahead of us. I've got a few more buildings to map out, but without further ado, let's get into building the rest of this building. And just like that, I have the entire backside of the sheep farm finally completed, and including the sides. I've decided to leave the inside here open and I started mapping out a little bit of a design, or kind of getting a little bit of a footprint on the interior here, because I'm going to need to definitely expand the storage, because yeah, let's just say I'll never have to worry about wool again. I've gotten about 5 double chests and I'm not even near completed this build yet. But anyways, I think it's about time we shift our focus over towards the crane, because I am 1 week away from Christmas. You guys will be seeing this in the future, but from the past, if you guys are part of the stream, boy, hope you guys are having a great day, and I hope you guys all enjoyed your Christmas. This is the Christmas crane. I'm nowhere near done it yet. I've got the coal as the counterweight. I have the gingerbread house out here in the what do you call this, the hook of the crane, or whatever you want to call that, kind of like a little pallet, loading up the Christmas train over here. Let me see if I can land right there it is. Got a little bit of a Christmas present as the operating cabin, which I thought was a really nice touch. And then we have the garland coming all the way up the crane and then all the way across the crane, with Santa's belt buckle as the little slidey bit of the crane, which I thought was a nice little touch. So I'm going to take my time and I'm going to polish this crane up a little bit. And then we'll be shifting our focus over towards Link's workshop, kind of like Santa's workshop, a little bit of a different vibe. But now that the sun's going down, let me quickly go to bed, and then I can kind of tell you guys a little bit about what's to come. And with a new day, I absolutely love this kind of right over here. This is a really nice perspective of the crane kind of coming up and arching over. And then as you open up a little bit, you see the sheep farming behind there, and then Santa's sleigh. Oh, I love it. Anyways, we're going to be building up some trucks over here so we can basically like deliver gifts throughout the city. I'm going to have forklifts. I'm thinking maybe like 3 forklifts, one right here, and then 2 more over here, where we're going to have a bunch of presents that the crane will pretty much load into the train. Then I'm going to have the workshop right here, Link's workshop. We might even have like a little like conveyor belt coming out so the crane could yoink stuff. And then right here, we're going to be building a small little post office so individuals can park here in the parking lot, access the we're probably gonna have a double door, so we'll be accessing the post office through here, and then we'll probably be making a door over here somewhere so people can come in over here as well. I think we'll have a little bit of a double entrance there. But let's start mapping out and seeing exactly what we want to do with this right after we finish our crane. And with just a little bit of redstone torch action, I think that this crane looks absolutely phenomenal. It's festive, but it's not too festive. I think it kind of works with the whole city vibe that we got going on here. And in the background, you guys can see that I've started mapping out a little bit more of the toy factory. So let me give you guys a little bit of a closer look here. But before I do that, let me go to sleep. And with a fresh new day upon us, I've got a little bit to show you guys for the layout of the toy factory. And that's mainly the colors. You'll see the front facade right here is going to be red and white. Up here will be the brown gingerbread vibe. Over here, I might work out a little bit of the warp wood. I'm not 100% sure of how that's going to look with the post office, but I might be able to pull it off. I don't know yet. There are a couple colors that can go really well with warp wood, but I'm not really too like, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to work, but we'll see if we can do it. Up here, I got some very basic roofs and like just kind of bringing in other colors. And then over here, I'm going to be doing a little bit more of a green vibe using the wool, the moss, and the concrete powder to bring together our little bit of a warehouse. We're going to have forklifts coming out, and I'm going to have the dump truck right here being loaded in by all the conveyor belts, loading in all the presents so we can deliver them throughout the city. And now I know that the building behind it isn't fully completed, but this second building going in with the crane just makes this city already look like it's going to be an absolutely massive project. But what I will say is I only got 5 more days till Christmas, so I think it's about time that we get ourselves a little bit of building done, shall we? I feel a lot more happy about what I've got going on behind me. We are 3 days away from Christmas right now, and I've got a lot more to show for it. Let me show you guys what I got so far. We have the toy barn right here that says toys across the top, and this is going to be the front entrance to where the actual toy factory is going to be. Over here, I have this is going to be the post office. So I've got some really nice windows, a little bit of holly. Love the way that this turned out. This thing over here, it's going to hold a sign to the post office. I even built one over there that's going to be for the toy shop. And even the way that the side of this thing turned out, I absolutely love the amount of depth in this build. And the way that these archways are just so smoothly done. And those windows look like they have a nice little ripple effect in it. Absolutely love that. And of course, we're going to be building ourselves a little bit of an interior. So I've started mapping out a little bit of the area on the inside here. We're very far from this being even remotely close to being done. So I hope I could finish this by Christmas. I don't know. I'm not very hopeful on that. But anyways, going to like the main barn here. I've got a lot of space to work out in here, obviously. And then over here, this is where the trucks are going to be kept. So I'm going to have like a forklift coming out here, and on the inside with the conveyor belt shooting off all the presents. Those presents are actually going to be falling into a little bit of a dump truck right here, where we're going to be transferring all kinds of gifts throughout the city. But so far, I'm very happy with the way everything is going. These little gears right here, I'm not 100% sure if I like that though. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, because I'm actually interested on like what you guys have to say on that. And then of course, I am going to be doing the back side of the build, but the back side of the build is not going to be as detailed because, you know, this is going to be like the alleyway. But you guys can see that I did do the back side of this build right here, which I'm really happy with. I'm going to have probably a roof that's going to come across all the way and then kind of connect up over to this guy. So it's going to block off probably a good portion of that. And then we're going to have a little bit of a dumpster. But I got a really fun idea that we're going to be doing for Christmas. So you guys know how I can basically click on armor stands using the mod that I use here. I can go over the posts and I can shrink them all the way down into, yep, toy size. So I was thinking it'd be really cool to have like a little bit of a Toy Story cameo of having a bunch of toys that are basically doing a heist, saving other toys, and maybe even escaping. And for those of you guys who are going to join the live stream, well, you're going to become those toys. Which is exactly why I love mods in Minecraft. It gives me the freedom to do some very creative stuff with all of you guys. Now, if only there was a way that I could be a little bit more organized, because my shulker monster may not look like it's in shambles, but all throughout the city, I just have these random boxes that I cannot find anything. But I can't worry about that now. I still have a lot to be built, so let's go ahead and get some more work done. We now have a forklift, a supercharged Christmas truck, and an interior. It's now the day after Christmas, and let's just say I am a 120 armor stands poorer. The day after Christmas, of course, a lot of people showed up on Christmas. I want to say a massive thank you for all the massive support, because it was almost unreal. Oh, actually, it was unreal. But I just want to showcase a little bit of the armor stand magic that we have throughout this area. Each and individual one of these armor stands that you guys see around here are members of the community, and I will even show you guys the interior. I have yet to put in the signs. I don't really know what to place there just yet, so I'm just gonna kind of put that off until I come up with a good idea here. But we have ourselves the post office in here. We got all the interiors kind of polished up and finished. We have individuals all over the place in here just running the post shop. This guy's kind of reading the book. This guy's got a bunch of gifts that he wants to send off to his friends and family. We even got like little Jack in the Box, little voodoo dolls, of course, sneaky Grinches, because, you know. Also, nice little idea for you guys. For those of you guys who don't know how to do the really cool sign trick with the carpet, because I know you guys are probably looking at this being like, what mod is that? It's not a mod, but it works on Java, and it's absolutely amazing. Anyways, we come through here. This is the tube where everything floats up into the conveyor belt system. So it kind of made it into a fireplace that we load up all the gifts into, and it just goes all the way up. Got a couple elves on the shelf, some people hanging out, this chill guy just vibing out. These two individuals, these are my moderators, Amanda and Bunny. They're building like a little bit of a robot here. And then we've got some toys on display, of course. The Furby. If y'all remember the Furbies, well, you guys are from the 90s, and that was over 25 years ago. Anyways, I digress. Love what we did over here with the bamboo. And then we've got the sisters. We got Bees and Lillaby hanging out here at the gingerbread house, and we've got all kinds of life basically happening around here. Chronos and Husky working together for a cake. And then we got Brixie over here, who is conspiring for some stuff. But let me show you guys a little bit of a closer look at the really cool truck that I built over here. So I got a couple of forklifts in place, kind of taking up a little bit of the area. This snowball that has a cat kind of attached to it, I thought was really, really funny. A little bit of a snowball fight. Don't know where they're getting all the snowballs from, but anyways, we got the stormtroopers, the creepers, we got Zerg. This is the truck. I thought this turned out pretty damn good for somebody who doesn't have a whole lot of experience building trucks in Minecraft, especially the front of the truck. I think this looks amazing. I wanted to bring in some elements of Christmas. So we have the North Star right there. We have some sirens. We have the turbocharge. The mirrors are actually cakes, and it does have like a little bit of an interior. I'll show you guys what that looks like here in just a minute. We of course have some fire coming out the exhaust. All the presents. The Joker. I don't know if I trust that forklift. Anyways. Got some gas pedals. We use the Nintendo Switch to be the actual steering wheel. We have the keys up there. And yes, that does come with its own Christmas music. But I'm not going to play that for you guys because, you know, it's a little bit loud. But I think this turned out fantastic. But with that all said and done, with the candy crane and the toy factory, I had a fantastic Christmas. And I hope all of you guys had a fantastic Christmas. For those of you guys who did show up to the live stream on Christmas, massive thank you for the huge amount of support. But now that we got our toy factory done, I think it's about time that we start getting ready for some other things. Like getting back to work over here at the sheep farm. There's obviously a lot to be done. And in the interior here, well, let me just tell you guys this much. I have every single one of these double chests full of wool. So we're going to have to figure out a little bit of an interior here. I think I have a really cool nostalgic idea of what we're going to be doing in here. And then, of course, I need to come up with some additional storage because, well, I don't have a shulker farm. So making it all shulker loaded is not going to happen. Plus, who the heck needs that much wool? In addition, this is how I've been getting to the city through this little bit of a hole in the wall. Pretty much is super unsafe. So I'm probably going to have to safeify or potentially move the nether portal connecting to the nether hub because, well, this is probably the worst spot for this to be connecting. But unfortunately, those things are going to have to wait for the next episode because I think that we're going to be out of time. Plus, I want to update to 1.21.4 so I can get my hands on a little bit of pale oak wood. In addition, I have some other major projects and other people that I need to thank throughout the next couple days. So I think we're going to be going into the next episode. But let me give you guys a little bit of a spoiler on the season 2 progress to come. And well, I know a lot of you guys have been part of the live streams and been hearing me talk about season 2. Something I've never seen done in a long-term hardcore world for pretty much ever. So here's a little bit of a sneak peek on things to come. And that's all I'm willing to show you. I know it's late in the video and there's probably not a whole lot of you guys who made it to the end of the video, but if you did, comment what you saw in the background there and let me know what you guys think season 2 is all about because I'm curious. Nobody's been able to get it yet. In the meantime, I have a lot of shulker boxes that are going through the sorting system right now, just sifting through it all. Looking at my overflow is giving me a little bit of a headache, but well, this is my life now, and I need to make some additional space inside of the sorter for the brand new blocks coming into the game. That's going to be the resin blocks and of course the pale oak wood. I think what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to remove the bamboo and the bamboo planks, and I'm going to move it on over there. And then I don't know if I'm going to be adding in the resin blocks into this whole area around here, because I just don't think it's really going to work. I don't think I'm going to be using it that much. It hasn't won me over. But anyways, I hope you guys all enjoyed today's episode. I hope you guys all had a fantastic Christmas, and I'll see you guys in the next episode, where we'll be in the new update. Until then, YouTube thinks you guys should check out this video.